Hello, everyone, and welcome to the CUP ESC, the only podcast. The podcast. I don't know how this intro goes. This one's different, right?
Your Currently
Um,
Unnamed Podcast where you put the
the
real
real
and the
and
T
T in
into
ESC.
ESC from top to bottom, honey. I think we used to go by that. I forget what it is now,
Yeah,
but
I immediately remember that. Oh wait, I cannot say the old one, but then I don't know the new one. So, anyways, hello everyone, and welcome to the CUP ESC, where we put the real and the T in the ESC, honey, from top to bottom. Anyways, this is a
Close
mess.
enough.
This is a mess, and I haven't hosted in a while, so I have lost the hang of it. I am so sorry, y'all. I am so sorry. But anyways,
Be rusty.
today we're talking about fake. Today we're talking about Albania, but we're doing things a little bit differently. Let me go turn off this bright red light. Okay,
before we
so
do that, who are you, Eduardo?
oh yeah, I am Eduardo, the Mexican representative of this podcast. I'm here to talk shit and get hit. I was just really ready to just tell y'all that we're doing things a little bit differently this time around, because we don't want to talk about the 30 songs. We're not doing all that. I'm so
We
sorry.
we won't be. But hi, I'm Aneesa Long, also known as Sam. Actually, Pershendetje Unayam Sam. There we go. And today in my cup mug, I have, which you can get your very own at
Yes.
lanagcakes.etsy.com.
Pardon.
I think we do ship internationally and domestically, depending on who's asking. I know we can ship in Canada now because we're
Oh,
no
I
longer
forgot
on
that.
strike.
Yay! Strike is over.
There's no
But yeah,
excuses.
get your cup merch at lanatishcreations.etsy.com. There's a lot of stuff in there. That's all nice.
Hello, I am Lewis. I am the British one. I just woke up, so
You chose to be here.
so, listen, I
We
did,
told you.
and
We told you you could skip it. We told you could skip it.
I'm a dedicated member of the CUP ESC family. Um, and I'm the only one on the payroll. I don't think Logan mentioned it, but I'm the only one on the payroll, so that's why I'm here to clock in my
Hello.
hours. Yeah,
I'm not in
yeah.
the payroll, and I spend more hours here than you do. Okay, that's why.
God,
I
call me
need to
out.
ask Logan for a raise. Anyways,
I believe this is my first Festivali Këngës.
this is also my first
Um,
Festivali Këngës.
And this is my third.
Okay, so Aneesa, overall thoughts on this Festivali Këngës?
I mean, given that we're all, so it is midnight my time.
Yeah, it is 11 my
And
time.
we're barely making it through. I feel like in the conditions that we're all in, it's very fitting, and I feel like it's very telling on how this contest is as a whole. Eh.
Yeah.
To me, not my favorite.
Fair. Fair.
um,
Louis, do you want to share with the class how you felt about this fake overall?
my thoughts on Thick is my thoughts on national finals in general. We don't need it this long. We don't need this many.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean there was a lot of songs to listen to,
Yeah.
and that was a commitment. That I was up yesterday up until kind of this sort of time. 5 a.m. my time, by the way. And listening to all these songs, and there was a few songs that kind of blended into each other because they sounded so. What's the word? Kind of. If you were to ask AI to generate a song. So yeah, there was, although there was some that I really enjoyed, and I'm sure we're going to be talking about most of the ones I enjoyed in this episode.
Yeah. I will say my thoughts real quickly before we get into this new format. Um, this was not great. It was not great. There's a lot of songs that I didn't enjoy, and since there's so many of them, I got so tired. I got so tired and so kind of like annoyed at some point. I told my sister, hey, I have to listen to 30 Albanian songs, so don't bother me for like 3 hours, and she called me crazy. So, yeah, thanks to Fake, I'm questioning my life choices. I am questioning what I'm doing with my life, so thank you very much, Fake. Um, but yeah, we're doing things a little bit differently because, we didn't like most of the songs. We will just say that. Most of the songs were not great and up to par. And we didn't really want to spend 3 hours talking about songs that we felt very not super highly about. So,
That plus, I feel like we'd have the same notes for each and every one that we're not covering because
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the songs that we will not be covering have very similar issues.
Mhm.
And we thought that would not be enjoyable to watch. So, what we decided to do is that everyone ranked all the songs, and gave me, specifically me, the top 10, and they gave me their points. And I tallied them up, and I got our final scores, and we will be going from our last place to our first place. And luckily for us, only 14 songs got points. So we will only be talking about 14 songs, which that just tells you everything you need to know. I was hoping that we would get 18 songs because that's what we get in the final, but we're only getting 14 here. I am so sorry. Um, Hopefully your favorite one is here, and if it's not, tell us in the comments. We're so sorry, by the way. um,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, so just spoiler alert for everyone that's here. If you sent me your top 10, we're gonna be talking about it. Don't you worry. Even your 1 point, even your 2 points, we will be talking about every single song. Don't you worry. Um, but yeah, um, let's get started, shall we? I think we need to get this over and done with. Might as well, right? Lord, I don't
we had
have
a
the
we just
clips
spent
for this
8 minutes on intros. I love that.
Yeah,
I don't have clips. I think let's
we can
just talk
just not do
about.
clips.
Let's save ourselves. Save
It's fine.
ourselves.
We won't be doing clips this time around. We are sorry. It's
I
midnight,
I don't need
and
the PTSD of last night.
yeah, and we're sorry. Okay, so let's get started. Our 14th place with only 1 point is Frenzy with Rasisco. I don't know how you say that.
Resisco.
Anyways, Rasisco. Anyways,
Resico. I don't know.
Resico.
Resico?
Resico.
Resico. Anyways, this song got only 1 point, and that point came from Aneesa. So
Yes.
before Aneesa tells us her thoughts, I think the people that gave it 0 points should talk about it. Louis, do you want to start with this one, or should I start with this one?
I will say this one wasn't far off my points. Only by 2 it missed out on points. I seem to enjoy this based on my notes. I said I love a disco anthem. There's something about this song that felt very early disco to me, and I quite enjoyed it. The instrumentation it sounded like a really nice clash of styles on the instrumentation on the instrumental, and the a cappella outro of it. I loved the a cappella outro. Yeah.
Yeah, we have a lot of very similar thoughts on it. When it started, I was like, "Oh, we're gonna go full disco." I'm really excited, and then it kind of didn't go that way with the verses. It felt kind of Latin inspired for me, honestly. Like there was this mixture of this Latin inspiration and the disco, and to
Mhm.
me, honestly, it felt a little bit disconnected, and it didn't merge as well as I wanted them to. So that's why I have a little bit of an issue with this song. The vocals are nice. Francie is a really good singer. It feels like a song. Since I watch Dancing with the Stars, this feels like a song that they would do a paso doble to, and so I was enjoying that. And I also agree with you, Lewis. I really enjoyed the a cappella kind of stripped back moment at the very end. I think that's one of the better parts of this song. But unfortunately, it just didn't hit as much as I wanted it to, so it just missed out by a couple of spots. And then also, since it's kind of at the very beginning of like the list, it kind of merged a little bit with a couple other songs for me. But overall, not awful, not bad.
Yeah, I feel like around like Lewis, you mentioned how this was just like 2 away, so like your 12th place, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, it gave me that energy. Um, but I really enjoyed this. I think the main thing that stood out to me was the pocket she had. Um, she's got a great like alto voice. Some of the low notes she was hitting, I thought were really well done. And I know Lewis, you also mentioned before the instrumentation, which I also really enjoyed as well. I agree with the both of you saying that the acapella at the end was my favorite part. Um, my one thing, I think it could use a climax. There wasn't really a like wow moment for me, which is why I have it a bit lower.
That's absolutely fair. All right, let's move on to our 13th place. Our 13th place only received 3 points, and that song is Lutem by Vesa. And the 3 points all came from me. So,
Aneesa, do you want to start?
Yeah, Aneesa, you
Yeah.
should start.
So this was my 11th.
Okay.
Yeah. Title translates to please. She's got a great voice, and I really enjoy the vibe. I think her voice is really cool because she has like you hear like certain breaks, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
Like or like a croak, if you will. And I think it's really cool whenever singers like kind of use that croak. I love how dramatic it is, and I really enjoy how it ends, where she takes those like liberties and ends up doing so much ad-libbing.
Yeah, I agree.
So I had this 14th place. The sad truth is this was the part of the playlist where I couldn't be bothered taking notes.
Fair. This is the last song on the list. That's
but hey, 14th place is still not bad, so I must have enjoyed it.
You must have found something that you liked about it,
Yeah.
right? If it's that high up, you must have found something. Anyways, I guess I'll go now.
Albanians are gonna look at this and be like, "Oh, this guy is so unprofessional."
We're sorry, Lewis just has been going through it. It's fine.
Listen.
Okay. Anyways, what I enjoy about this song personally is it has a really wonderful start, and like I like the step back intro of it all. I like how it begins, and then there's some electronic parts that just like straight up come out of nowhere, and I really enjoy it. Like I'm in my electronic vibe era. Recently, because I've been hearing so much of it because of these national finals, I think that I'm starting to really, really enjoy it, and that's why I think I found myself enjoying this. I love the violin that's in the song. I think she's a great singer. I do find that it is a bit messy, but it's not awful. It's not awful. It's just there's some messiness that can be absolutely cleaned up, which is why it's a little bit lower on my points list. But like, it has a good build for me, and like it builds bigger and bigger, and like that's a good thing. And I think this could be a really fun performance if it's done live. I just haven't seen it, and I also understand why like it's not particularly high up on anybody's list. So I will be the sole defender of Vesa, the only Vesa that we'll be talking about this year. Thank God we don't have to like last year.
Hopefully, she doesn't fall down.
It would be so funny if she did.
But if she does, she'll never break.
She'll never break. Because like then she'll be brave. Ay. Yes. Anyways, let's move on. Let's move on to our 12th place. Our 12th place received 5 points. our first place is Bosch from Algert Sala. Aneesa, you gave this 0 points.
I did.
I gave this 2 points, and Luis gave it 3 points. So Aneesa, feel free to start.
Yeah. So I did, even though I did give it 0 points, like this was still within that like middle range of like the teens, if you will. I'm trying to check. This was my 14th. He's got a great voice. I love the dramatic intro. I think he shines very well in that higher belt, and if he performs it well live, I think this could be this would have a great shot at representing. I don't know why I didn't connect to it as much as the two of you did. Because I also wrote in my notes like it just felt like a typical male power ballad.
That's absolutely fair.
But it's still really well done.
Yeah, some songs you just don't connect to, and that is absolutely fair. Like, not every song is gonna be a good one, even if it should be. Anyways, I guess I'll go next. I really enjoyed the very like haunting intro about it. This song has a very nice beat to it. Like, he has a really really nice vocal, and the song builds quite nicely. I think it's super super dramatic, which I absolutely adore. I adore songs that are super dramatic. I really enjoyed the flute that is in this song as well. I wish I enjoyed the drop of the beat a little bit more. But I think he was really good. But if he was really going for it vocally, I feel like I would have enjoyed it even more. I think he could have played around with it a little bit more, and it would have been a lot bigger, and it would have elevated it even more. But yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed this. I again had its drama throughout. I love my drama. I can go on record for the amount of times I've mentioned drama in songs. Yeah, I think his vocals blended really, really nicely with the production. That violin was doing a lot of carrying, and I love it when there's like a standout instrument you can hear, and even especially when it's violin or anything that's like orchestral. I loved that. Sure, could have played around with it, like you said, could have experimented a bit more. I think if this does get sent, there needs to be something different about it, because right now it probably does feel a bit too conventional. So maybe a bit of a revamp of sorts could help its chances to qualify for the final. However, I do enjoy the song. I do enjoy his voice, and I thought very highly of this song.
Okay, good. Well, let's move on. I hope that I didn't make a mistake with this one, because I get two of these people confused quite a bit. Anyways, in 11th place with 9 points is Cleanse Sujet with Ta Dija. Both Lewis and I gave this song 0 points. Aneesa gave it 2 points, and Logan gave it 7 points. So, Lewis, would you like to start with this one off, please?
Sure. Well, I really didn't write much about this at all. I just put, it sounds nice, just sounds quite conventional.
Fair.
I think I just couldn't hook onto any part of this song. It just felt not typical. There's probably a better word for it.
Generic?
Yeah, I hate using that word generic, but that is the word.
Sometimes it's okay. Generic doesn't necessarily mean bad. It just means that it's not doing anything particularly unique, which...
For reference, I ranked this 17th. I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
This, I think, was my 13th place, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I believe so. I like the opening instrumental of it. I think she has a really nice voice. I don't know. This song just didn't grab me. In particular, I don't really know what it's about. Like, I want to like this a lot more than I do. But I just unfortunately just found myself not getting hooked to the song. I think the chorus is pretty, absolutely, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think if this song maybe had a key change, maybe it would sound better or give it some dynamic.
Oh.
I don't know, but like maybe that would work. One of the only times I'm gonna suggest someone do a key change. But yeah, overall not bad, but just failed to grab me and like bring me in, which is unfortunate.
Hmm. Yeah, I could see why people wouldn't like it as much as I did, or especially as much as Logan did. Um, Title translates to "I knew it." Um, anyways, love her voice. She's got a very pretty voice,
Mm-hmm.
and that's pretty much the main thing that stood out to me throughout this song. Um, although I love how she kind of goes a bit more out with her voice.
Mm-hmm.
In the second verse, you get to hear her play with like different parts of her voice. Um, and I think the main thing is just there's definitely points in the song where she can definitely like go full belt,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't feel like we got that in the song at all.
Yeah. Well, at least she returned. She was the one that did Picture Day last year, right?
She did what?
Anyways. Um,
Got it.
she
She did
came.
what?
She came
Anyway.
last year, right? And she did a song
Did she
called Picture
did
or
she
something. Or am I getting confused
represent
with the
last year?
other
Not
girl with the K
represent, but
song?
Aneesa.
Anyways, we can
Aneesa,
forget
no.
about it.
Aneesa, did Cleanser do last year?
Do you remember Picture?
I don't remember
It
what
is.
song.
She did the Picture.
Yes, because I love that song.
Mm-hmm.
Why did that
Yes.
take you however long?
No, because you both are talking at the same time. So I
Right,
was
okay,
like,
fair enough.
but
Anyways,
yes, pretty voice.
I think Picture is better than this one,
I
unfortunately.
agree.
But I didn't care for Picture either. Anyways, let's move on to tied ninth place technically. We have a tie here. However, following the rules of Eurovision, we gave the score. The way that we put 10th and ninth place is that whoever got the highest amount of 12 points got the highest score. And if no one got 12 points, we moved on to 10, 8s, 7s, 6s, and so on and so forth. And so, because this person lost the tiebreaker, the 10th place with 11 points, it is Szkoda Elektronika with Germ. I believe that's how
Yeah.
you say it.
Ziem.
I believe so.
Ziem. I don't know.
Ziem.
Ziem. The
Aneesa,
kid
you
is
gave.
that
Anyways, Aneesa, you gave this 0 points. Louis, you gave this 1 point. I gave this 4 points, and Logan gave it 6. So, Aneesa, would you like to start us off with, please?
Yeah, sure. So this was my 13th place.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was in that tier of like, oh, I like this, but not as much as I like everything else,
Fair.
or the other songs that I had in my top 10. I thought it was very interesting. The female singer has a beautiful voice. Um, I don't know how to feel about the rap part, but I love that it's in the deep voice.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know why. To me, this felt very like Eurovision coded. Like it felt very Eurovision.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I agree with that
Um,
statement.
I think just my main thing about it was it felt gappy.
Okay.
Like there could have been like more singing parts, if you will.
Of course, absolutely. Lewis?
Yeah, I agree with that. Again, it's one of those songs that just kept me intrigued.
Mhm.
I was like, "Ooh, what am I listening to? This is different." Um, no, I enjoyed the. It felt like both of them represented a different genre of music, in their own ways, and I think that it worked really well together. Towards the end, it got a bit. It's probably the gappiness of it, but I've just felt like I got to the end and I was like, "Where's the cherry on top?" There's something that's not completing this song for me.
Mhm.
I mean, they're doing really, really well in the bookies, I believe. Um, that I can't remember the word, but whatever the word is that they keep repeating, or something like whatever that word was. I can't remember what it was, but that I loved that.
Mhm.
Yeah. 10th place. I ranked this 10th place, so how fitting.
Yeah, I guess. Okay, so I personally love a folk inspired song in any genre, and a folk inspired pop song will always be up my alley. I think her voice is really nice, the female vocalist. I think the chorus hits pretty hard and it's really interesting. It feels like one of these songs that like is just baked in with a dance break staged in it already. Um, and if it's staged properly, I think it could be really, really interesting. I agree with you. The gap there is some gappiness in it, but I wasn't particularly like bothered by it. But like I do wish there was more singing. And my biggest critique is with the male vocalist. I need him to pull the mic out of his mouth just like a little bit, just like 2 inches. He's swallowing the mic, and I need him to pull that mic like 2 inches out of his mouth, please. Or maybe I just simply don't care for his vocal, but the way that he was like whispering in my ear in the song kind of bothered me a little bit, which is
See,
why it felt a little bit shorter for me. But I still enjoyed like everything else about the song, which is
that's
why I still gave it points.
interesting. I enjoyed it.
I
I
don't.
enjoyed it.
I'm not a particularly big fan of like when there's whispering in songs and when it's
Uh,
very like close to the mic.
It definitely goes two ways. Either you're like really like ooh, or you're really like get away from me.
Yeah, that's. I feel very like get away from you. Like you're here, and I hate it. Um, but everything else about the song I enjoy. Okay, now we can move on to the winner of this tiebreaker that also got 11th points and therefore got 9th place. And that song is Dashuri Ndeje by
And
Cleodina.
Dashiri and Dej.
Shuri
Yes?
Ndie.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Dashuri Ndeje by Cleodina. All of us here gave it points. Logan gave it 0 points. I gave it 1 point. Aneesa, you gave it 3 points. And Lewis, you gave it 7 points. So that's why, because of Lewis, Clea won the tiebreaker. Thank you very much. Um, okay, I guess I'll start this one because I'm the one who gave it the lowest amount of points here. Um, it's another ballad. It has nice piano. She has a really nice voice. I love the very dramatic strings. As I said, I always love drama. Um, it feels like we are building to a very dramatic chorus, but once we get there, it kind of leaves me wanting a little bit more. The last chorus does get to where I want it to be. Like it goes as high or like as hard as I want it to go, but the
Yeah.
rest of the song unfortunately kind of doesn't, and it feels like it kind of drops the beat. Um, if she can hit those high notes though in like live, it could really be a moment, and it could be really interesting, and it could be nice. So there's things about this that I quite enjoy and that I think could be interesting, but it just I just wish I liked it more than I do. That's really about it.
Yeah, for sure. So the title translates to "I Feel Love." Um, she's got a very interesting and pretty voice, and I think it's really cool for this song. To me, this is the only song that had like an element of like haunt, if you will. Like
Okay.
there was some kind of haunting tone which I really enjoyed. Um, I but other than haunting, I just thought it was like a really cool song. I don't know why. That those are the two main words I have for this song. Um, and then I also really enjoyed the vocal, whatever vocalization was going on towards the end. I think was definitely my favorite.
Yeah, I loved everything about this song. I loved, of course you did. I loved how low key it sounds. I almost put low. It's not lo-fi, but it's like, I mean, it's mellow. It was very mellow. I loved that aspect of it. It's so simplistic on a production standpoint. Like, there's not much going on, if anything at all. Yet it's so powerful, to me anyway. And then that fucking scream note, or that whistle note, or whatever you want to call it, towards the end, I fucking loved that. Yeah, this is just one of those songs that is in my niche, that I enjoy. So yeah, that's why I ranked it so highly.
Yeah, this is very Lewis coded.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay, moving on to our 8th place. In 8th place, this song got 13 points, and the song is Maje by Irma Michi. Michi. Miki? I'm sorry, Albanian people, I
yeah.
don't know how to say the word.
By Mamishi.
So I gave this song 0 points. Louis, you gave this song 2 points. Logan gave it 5 points, and Aneesa gave it 6. So I will start us off. It is an immediate attention grabber. I will say that. I do really enjoy the violin. I enjoyed the song more than like it sounds, because I gave it 0 points. She has a really nice voice. It has some dramatics and it has a nice build to it, but yet again, I find myself like she kind of drops like the drama and the build, which is kind of unfortunate for me. Um, I think the song would be better if both vocally and in the instruments, they were going up just a bit harder for me. Like, I feel like if they were just going harder all around, I would like it more. And I also love their like slightly rockier instrumental, but there's just like some little details here and there that just brought it down more and more and more, which unfortunately just left it out of my top 10. But I do still quite enjoy it. I believe this was my 11th place, if I'm not mistaken, 12th. So I still enjoyed it.
My notes for this song kind of I was making my notes as I went along, so it's quite a journey. I'll just read it out.
Sure.
Oh, this has my interest from the jump. I think I'm gonna enjoy this based on the intro. Oh, this sounds so in pocket. Okay, it doesn't really go the places I want it to go, but I love the production and I love her vocals. Needs a breakdown moment. Okay, there it is. So yeah. I think for me maybe it was just like I was on such a high and then it took a dip and then it picked up towards the end. I wish it didn't have that dip. I think for the most part of the first part of the song it felt, I mean, yeah, like it wasn't going the places I wanted it to go. And again, like it wasn't until the very end where I thought, okay, this is the breakdown moment. on the bridge because I feel like I was worried because that bridge came on pretty late that I was like, this is gonna stay in that one place and not go anywhere. But thankfully it didn't.
Yeah, thank God.
Yeah, so for me, oh yeah, so title translates to keep. With that being said, she's got an amazing voice.
Mhm.
I also really like that it gets you from the jump. I think very much a lot of what was said is pretty much copy and paste for me.
Mhm.
I love the roar she lets out in that first verse.
Mhm.
I think that's the main thing I remember. I love how powerful this song is, like how much power she puts into singing this.
Mhm.
I feel like it showcases her voice, like every single part of her voice off very well.
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay, let's move on to our seventh place. Our seventh place received 16 points, and that song is Fry Me by Lauren Hasrama. Louis, you gave this song 0 points. Lauren gave it 4 points. I gave it 5 points, and Aneesa, you gave it 7 points.
Oh, so we gave it 16 points. I gave this 16th place. I loved this song at the start because of the dramatics, but then it just got a bit too repetitive for me. I did love the change of pace on the bridge. I love a bridge moment. I love a good bridge moment. But I think for me, the repetitive nature of the song was just it killed it for me, unfortunately.
For me, this has a very nice dramatic violin. Like it just has also very dramatic vocals as well. I feel like if this is performed well, it could really work on like the Eurovision stage. The chorus really hits, but I wish the verses had just a little bit more dynamics to it. It is definitely one of the better made like male ballads in fic because it really is going for it like vocally, and I really enjoyed the breakdown, and it has some uniqueness to it which I enjoy, which is why I gave it a lot more points than I thought I would for a male ballad. So yeah, there's a lot to like about this one for me.
Yeah, so this was like in my like top tier of songs. If I can find my notes real quick. Yes, title translates to spirit. With that being said, they've got a beautiful voice. I love how this song kind of complements his voice. Um, very clean and powerful belts as well. Um, I love how in sync with the music it is, and for me, this is one of the only songs that I felt had a decent climax.
Fair.
like I could definitely like tell you like there was a wow moment in it. I wish it was even more powerful than how I heard it.
Yeah. Well,
Why?
fine. It just ended. Your review just ended,
Yeah.
so I was
Yeah,
expecting more. I'm sorry. It
That
just
was an
ended.
I
abrupt.
love this. I love this song.
That
Yes.
was an abrupt end, Aneesa.
Yeah, much like several of the songs
It's
that we will not be talking about.
Yes.
This had an abrupt end. Anyways, let's move on to sixth place. This one's gonna be a fun one, personally. Sixth place got 18 points, and the song that we will be talking about is Amine by Ardit Kuni. I believe that's how you say
Chuny,
it. Shuni?
Chuni.
It could be Shuni
maybe.
or Kuni. I don't
Mm.
know. I'm so sorry, Albanian people. I am so sorry. Anissa, you gave this song 0 points. Lauren gave it 2 points. Liz gave it 4 points, which means, of course, if you do the math, I gave this my 12 points. So that's gonna be fun. Um, Aneesa, would you like to start us off?
Sure. So I had this at 12th.
Okay.
If I can scroll up real quick. Yes. I assume there's going to be dance breaks.
Mm-hmm.
Because obviously, given the gaps, I would hope there would be a dance break.
No, they're just gonna stand there.
Live performance, they're just gonna stand there.
From one of the live performances that I saw, it's not impossible. It's not impossible.
Oh.
I don't know. I guess as a listener, I just couldn't really connect with it. But I feel like once I see the performance, like a live performance of it, I'll like it a lot better. Mainly because the gaps, because of the gaps.
Yeah.
Didn't Semi 2 take place tonight?
I believe so.
So the live performance might be out there already. So,
I believe so.
yeah, we'll catch it after this, I guess.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Again, my notes took me on a journey. I want to read this up. Oh, this sounds fun. For about 5 seconds. I don't know, and it kind of like it was like a really like high energy start, and then it kind of dipped, and then it picked itself back up again, which is why I gave it the points that I did. The instrumental on this song is insane. Production is incredible. Loved that. Here we go. Like that. Here we go. Like whatever it was. I can't remember exactly how it went, but I loved that part. And I loved the breakdown on this song.
Yeah. Now, I will say, now knowing a little bit of what I know now, maybe this wouldn't be my 12 points. But you know what? I'm sticking to my guns here.
Oh?
Just there has been some things on Twitter, nothing bad, but it seems like our dear friend Ardit cannot take criticism particularly well. Anyways, I'll just go back to what I thought before I saw what was going on Twitter. Anyways, I love the guitar on this song. Albania could be going for something really risky with sending something like this to Eurovision. Um, the very traditional sound is really nice and I really enjoy it. It feels like a party vacation song. And you know, it's probably gonna get a dance break, but you know what? I think if you do a good enough dance break, it could be fine. But I understand why we can be getting tired of the dance breaks as well. We have had a few men try to be the next Chanel. For example, we saw last year with Caliente.
Yep.
And I feel like this one's trying to kind of be that, but like it feels more unique for me because it has some like folk parts to the song in the instrumentals, and I really like the production of this as well. I feel like it'd be really interesting to see Albania send something like this to Eurovision. It could be risky, and I think it would be a fun risk. So it would be interesting. Yeah, I don't think I would give him my 12 points today, right after he performed it, but you know what? I'm sticking to my guns, anyways. Um, let's move on to fifth place and the last song, which one of us gave 0 points to. So, next up in fifth place with 21 points is the song Miegul by Alice.
I believe that's right.
By Alice with 21 points. I gave it 0 points, Logan gave it 1 point, and both Lewis and Aneesa gave it 10 points.
Work.
Yeah. Yeah, this was like 15th or 14th. It had like 11 points, and then Lewis sent his scores, and then it shot up all the way to 5th. It was wild.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I love a late televote moment.
Yeah, it's very much a late televote moment that you're like, oh, you're gonna lose. Oh, wait, no, you're winning. Okay, so I'll start off this one because I'm the only one that gave it 0 points. It's a male ballad, which you know I tend to be a lot more like critical about. I like the piano in the background. I think it is not reinventing the wheel. It just feels like one of the several male Balkan ballads that we get constantly. And for a moment, I was like, wait, is there gonna be a beat? Is there gonna be something unique by it? And just like Montenegro, I felt clickbaited. You know, uh,
Really?
I felt a little bit clickbaited. Yeah. Like there was just the starting of a beat, and then it kind of dropped it, which made me feel a little bit clickbaited. Um, when it builds, it's really nice and it feels really elevated. But the first verse kind of just falls flat a little bit for me. But I love the drums in the last verse. I will give it that as well. And nice vocals, of course. It's just I think the song is just not for me, honestly.
I'll go first.
Second.
Given okay, sure. Sorry. Between Lewis and I will go first. So the title translates to fog. With that being said, I really
I'm
enjoy.
sorry. I'm sorry. I've been noticing there's a format to how you're doing your every time it's
I'm like
it's how it
I
translate
feel
to.
like I have to
With that being
mention
said,
it.
with that being said,
With
I'm
that
not.
being said,
We need like a. With that being said, tally.
God, if someone can do that, please.
But yes, his voice is the selling point. Like the whatever tone he has is something for me. Um, the second verse is definitely my favorite. I think that second verse is amazing, where he plays with his voice. I love how dynamic it is, and I love the surprise like high falsetto run,
Mm.
which I thought was really well done. I really hope he's able to like execute it live, because I feel like this would be a really cool route for Albania.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think over it just his voice gives me very like James Morrison, if either of
Oh
you know of him.
yes.
Yeah.
This like smoky, soulful tone kind
Hmm.
of thing, like
Mm-hmm.
James Morrison or like the Allen Stones kind of thing.
Yeah.
I loved this song. I loved the. I pick up on such random things. I loved the trumpet at the end of the first lyric. I love his head voice. His head voice is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Rhythmically, it sounded so clean. Again, the violin. Love me a fucking violin. I love most violins.
I
Listen,
do too, girl. Don't worry about it.
I got war flashbacks as soon as I brought up the violin. And then yeah, powerful intro. And
Mhm.
holy fuck, his vocals are insane.
Yeah, I will agree with you there. His vocals are is definitely the best part of the song. I just wanted the instrumentals to kind of accompany that better. Anyways, now we can move on to the songs that we all gave points to, finally. From now
Yay!
on, every single one of us gave it at least 3 points. So that's gonna be fun.
Ooh.
Oh,
Okay. In fourth place with 24 points is the icon, the legend himself, the daddy, the past winner of Fic is Mal with Antihero. Um, I am shocked that he is this high, but he is. Aneesa, you gave this 4 points. Both Lewis and I gave it 6 points, and Logan gave it 8 points. So, Aneesa, please start us off.
yeah. I feel like he stepped it up this year. Like this is I feel like this is an improvement from his previous song. Um, sorry, I'm like going through my notes right now.
Don't worry, I get
Yeah.
it.
I I I think I would definitely like this a lot better live. He's
Mhm.
got an amazing voice, which, like I mentioned before, has improved a lot.
Mhm.
I think the reason I don't have it as high as the both of you and Logan, is because yes, there were key moments that I can like pick out,
Mhm.
but as a listener, I couldn't. I feel like I needed that time to like breathe and fully savor those key moments.
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't know. For some reason, it felt fast to me. Like the song itself kind of moved too quickly. For my liking. For my liking.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Title translates to anti-hero. With that being said, I this song just felt so an Albanian. I was like, this is definitely thick, correct? I don't know what it just felt so unusual for this to be an Albanian song. But I loved it. Would okay, granted, this was one of the only songs, in fact it might have been the only song to have a music video to accompany it. And I was watching the music video whilst I was doing these rankings, and I'm thinking, would I have loved it if I wasn't if would I have loved it as much if I wasn't watching the music video? Because that probably played into a part of why so I was like, maybe not. However, I did love the breakdown into the love the breakdown into the instrumental on the bridge. It's got a characteristic, like it's got character, and that's something I love in Eurovision songs, is when the songs or the artist itself or artists themselves has some sort of character. It just sounds catered for Eurovision. And I loved that.
Yeah, once this came up, I was a little bit scared because, I didn't care for Sender last year. I did not like it. So once I saw that Mal was in the lineup, I was terrified. I thought we were gonna get another like drunk uncle screamfest that we got last year. And so I approached this with a lot of fear, and then it started playing, and I was like, wait, this actually sounds good. What's going on? It has a really nice instrumental. It sounds like Mal has really improved vocally. Like I saw a lot of improvement there, and I actually really enjoy his voice in the song. If he can sound like this in the live performance, I feel like it could be a really strong performance. I also really like what I like about Mal is that he always like introduces some sort of like rock influence into his music, and then this one specifically feels grand. There's a grandeur to it. Um, I feel like there's still some improvement to be made when it comes to the vocals and everything, but I still quite enjoyed it. I found myself like singing along, like to in my head after listening to it, like anti-hero. Like I found myself pleasantly surprised. Like, good job, Mal. I had very low expectations, and you surpassed them. So congratulations. And Logan probably just wants to have sex with Mal. Anyways, let's not kid ourselves here.
Oh my god.
Let's not kid ourselves here. We all know it's true. I would want to. Who wouldn't want to? Anyways. Uh, third place. Third place got 27 points. And in third place we have Jet with Jolly.
Yale?
Jale.
Gial?
Yale?
Gial?
Albanians, we are so sorry.
We are so sorry, Albanians. Okay, so Logan gave this 3 points, and the rest of us gave it 8 points. Every single one of us gave it 8 points. Yay. So, who wants to start, I guess?
I haven't started in a while.
Okay.
I loved the introduction on this song. There was something so dreamy about the start of this song that I really enjoyed. And then the drama picked up. It was quite, you're in heaven, and then all of a sudden you're dropping from heaven, I don't know, into something less dreamy, I guess. That was such a bad what anyway.
Don't worry. It's okay.
Vocals are insane. I've been saying that a lot about a lot of the most recent songs on this list. This is definitely a song that I'm probably gonna remember the most from this thick national final, and definitely a song that I would play pretty repetitively. Yeah, I really enjoyed this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll go next and say that this translates to living.
I was waiting for it.
Yeah, yeah,
With that being said,
just got an amazing voice. The I think what gets me is the rasp in his high belt. I really hope he's able to do that live, because I think he has a great shot at representing. I love how dramatic it is. I love how powerful it is, and I feel like the instrumentation is just kind of the cherry on top. Yeah, no, I love everything about this voice. I don't have a critique for this.
Yeah, I agree. This vocal is really, really good. It has, I agree with you, Lewis, as well. This orchestral opening is really, really good. There's some really nice dramatics to it, and the switch to a more modern sound is also really nice. The vocals are incredible. Yet again, I feel like I have to reiterate that if performed well, this could absolutely win, and I'd be absolutely happy with this winning. If like with good staging, with the good vocals, which I'm hoping that Jet is able to do live, I feel like this could be really interesting and somewhat of a risk for Albania to send to Switzerland. I feel like this would be interesting for Albania to send to Eurovision. So, as I've said before, taking a risk is always fun, it's always interesting, and it shows that you care. So, sending this would be really, really interesting and really, really fun. So, hopefully, he's just able to pull it off live. Okay, the time has come to our runner up. Let me just say this, that between second place and first place, there is only 1 point of difference. So it's really, really close. And our runner up with 36 points is Elvana with Carnival. Elvana with Carnival got 36 points. Lewis gave this 5 points. I gave this 7 points. And both Aneesa and Logan gave it 12 points. So, Lewis, would you like to start us off with this one?
I loved that I decided the winner. B,
yes, you did.
Yeah, I mean, Aneesa and Logan giving this 12 actually makes sense on paper.
Mm-hmm.
The intro to this song sounds like the start of a movie, but then for me, it kind of throws me off when it breaks into the pop song. It felt like, I don't know, the transition just felt messy when it breaks into the pop song. But having said that, we all know Eurovision Pop Girly is not one of my favorite niches in Eurovision. However, this is probably my favorite brand of Eurovision Pop Girly. Yeah, I did enjoy this song, and I think the Uno Dos Tres is gonna go off in the arena if it gets sent. That will be a really cool call and response part of the song. Yeah. I enjoyed it for what it is.
Yeah. Carnival translates to carnival. With that being said, this is the one that you've been waiting for, and probably the one that's gonna end up actually winning fake, seemingly. I really enjoyed the violin intro. I just felt like it was just 30 seconds long, and like that felt like we're gonna have to cut that down a little bit. Um, because it's for me, it's a long time with nothing going on. So I would just like to start off like without the violin. Maybe I don't know. It has a nice beat once we actually get to like the pop part of it. Now we're gonna have to talk about the Spanish because I'm Mexican, so I speak Spanish. So the Spanish in the song is actually pretty good. But I feel like a lot of pop girlies tend to do something like this. Like they tend to throw in a couple of songs in Spanish to spice it up a little bit. And this one does this one that as well. But I feel like I've heard it be done better. For example, with Fuego, she just does Fuego once a couple of times, and this one's just a little bit messier. This one's not as well made like with that. Uh, for example, I don't like the DJ play my favorite música. That música, that the way that it's pronounced, it's just a little bit odd for me. I don't know. Um, but Albania sending like a high energy like girl pop would be super interesting. I feel like I would really enjoy it, and I feel like if the staging is good and the live vocal is good, it could really, really elevate it. And I also think that this is the catchiest song out of all of them, which can also be an asset to this song. And like, if you get stuck in some people's heads, if you are coming first, second, or third in the semifinal, you could still have that beat of Carnival in your head, and people will vote for it, and people will send it through to the final. So I think this would be a good choice to send to Eurovision, and it's probably gonna be the one that's gonna be sent to Eurovision. So I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that Logan, especially, would give this 12 points.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, it was a big toss up between Alice and Elvana for me. Um, yeah, I'm a huge fan of this. Mainly because I think this is very different for Albania to
Mhm.
go kind of this Latin inspired route, if you will. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I love the vibe. I love the drop going into the chorus. I think she's got a solid voice. Uh, I compared her voice to Chanel.
Mhm.
Like I very much get that.
Yeah, this is very much from the Chanel phenomenon.
Yeah, yeah. This would just be very different for Albania to send, and I would root for this. Like
Mhm.
I'm definitely rooting for this, and I'm pretty sure it will win.
I think
But
it will win.
hopefully, if it doesn't, hopefully we get a decent song that we have mentioned.
Yeah.
Not the no.
I
I
think
can't wait for the commentary for the next song.
yeah, I think I would be happier with the one that we haven't talked about. Which, by the way, let's start. Let's reveal our winner. Our winner of Fic with 37 points is Orgesa Saimi with Ipare. So, Aneesa, you gave this song 5 points. Both Logan and I gave this song 10 points. And Lewis gave this song his 12 points. Which, of course, uh, changed everything about this ranking. I had Elvana as the winner for so long. I even put it on the playlist, and then, like on the Cups winner playlist, and then Lewis comes and fucks that up. Anyways, Aneesa, would
No,
you like to start us
I
off?
make it right.
I guess so. You're not wrong. I guess.
Sure.
Aneesa, would you like to start us off?
Um, title translates to the first.
Anyways,
With that being
The
said,
first.
The first.
no, I'm kidding. No, I enjoy the song. I enjoy the song. I, first, okay, this is another one of those where I'm like, I think this would, I think I would enjoy this a lot better if I saw a live performance rather than listening to it.
That's
Um,
absolutely fine.
yeah, I think they got a very interesting voice, and that's really all I have about this song. It is pretty very well done as well. I just needed that climax again, because I like myself a climax.
Yeah, that's absolutely fair. The first thing I wrote here in my notes, with in all caps, it's oh high energy. Anyways, Ethnopop is apparently making a return with this song, which I love. She has a really really nice voice. It has the dramatics of a Eurovision song. It's another dance song, which apparently I gave my three highest scores to dancier songs, which doesn't surprise me honestly. Um, and so, since it's a dancier song, this could be really interesting and fun on stage. It's staged properly. It could definitely be a winner. And this is the closest that we got to my favorite gender, wailing Albanian woman. Anyways, I will say it does end a little bit abruptly, but the song in this style kind of tends to do that, which so it didn't surprise me. Now I will say this is the one and only song that I did see being performed live, and she when like the dance break thought like well, I thought a dance break was about to happen, and she just moved the mic and posed, and that's it. That's all
Oh,
she did.
Queen.
She was like, no, 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 e part.
Like at least give us a Dua Lipa with the
a pencil sharpener.
like what's that Dua Lipa mean when she just does the
Yeah,
hip
the
The pencil
thing?
sharpener move. Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah.
No, she just stayed here. She just
No,
stayed
honestly,
here,
Queen.
and then she grabbed the mic and put it back. Anyways, she was here,
Work.
I,
and so
If, if this
I
wins and she does that at actual Eurovision, that'd be crazy.
yeah. If this wins, we need a little fix with the choreo. We need to do something that's not
no,
just
honestly,
posing.
the idea, like in my head, the idea of like 10,000 people in the arena just doing that, like with her, I fucking love that. um, yeah, I had this as my winner, and unfortunately, this was the part of the playlist where I was so abrupt with my notes.
Of
I
course
just
it
put
is.
okay, this is a bop in big capital letters. So
And that's
that's
it.
my yeah.
Wow, that's
But
wild.
no, I loved this. I mean, yeah. I feel like most of the time my niche or my favorite work in Eurovision or in national finals is the more low, not low energy, but like more subtle songs. And this is very different, where it's like very high energy, and I really, really enjoyed it. I really want to watch that performance now.
Yeah, she just stands there because after she goes no 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 e part, and there's like
mhm.
a lot of like instrumental where I
Yeah,
thought would be a dance break. She just gets rid of the mic and just poses. It's wild.
Slay
Anyways,
Queen, Slay Queen. It's giving.
it's giving
It's
Natalia Barbu just standing in the middle of the
right.
stage doing nothing.
It's giving us the same amount of energy that Booty 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 So Fat
Oh,
gave.
Oh man, let
No,
me
I
try
love
to find it.
that. Oh no, Queen, honestly.
No, let me see if I can find it.
No, genuinely, that is if that stays, that's gonna be a part of the performance everyone in the arena is gonna
Yeah.
hook onto. Right, oh, there she is. Yep,
Oh,
and
there she
then
is.
hopefully
She
this
moves the
doesn't get
mic.
taken out for copyright.
she moves the mic, and then
I can just do this, and then she's just there posing.
she's just there. She's just,
She's just there posing, and then the
and
mic is
then she
back,
brings the
and then she
microphone
starts
back
singing
in.
again,
Work.
and that's it.
Love it.
She just poses, and that's it. Brings it back.
She probably gives us facials, you know. You never know.
Who knows? She just
Who
did this.
knows?
Like, I think it would be just like a.
I didn't like. Maybe it's the edit. I want to see more of her and less of the band on the.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's fake. Half of the time we spent looking at the band. Like the biggest icons that we got from fake last year were the backup singers, that backup singer with the ponytail, uh,
Mhm.
the two like people that were doing the band, and then the guitarist who is also here again. So, we spend a lot of time with the band, and so it doesn't surprise me that we spent half of the time with this song. with the band. But that's fake for y'all. Anyways, that's our list, and that's our winner. Be sure to tell us your thoughts down below in the comments. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you think that Ivana should win? Or do you think that Ornesa should win? Or do you just completely disagree with us and think that, like, I don't know, fucking Santino should win? I don't know. Share your thoughts.
To be
Let us
fair,
know.
I was excited to talk about Santino. I actually have it
Yeah.
ranked pretty high, considering.
No, 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 you do not. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We have all of our socials down below. Make sure to also check out all of our other channels if you like anything drag or reality television, and also be sure to get your cup merch. Then in the link in the description below at languagecreations.etsy.com. And with that being said, we're gonna get out of here. So,
Cheers.
cheers.
So long.